It's the one a ton of you have been waiting for. It's time to say hello to Hello Dave. You're my live ride review now.
My name's Kesteven and I've been a professional bike and kit reviewer for nearly 25 years. And today I'm taking my hour of mandatory exercise on one of the sickest bikes I've ever ridden. On one's super radical, steel framed Hello Dave.
Of 15 kilos with super sticky e-bike tyres, make no mistake, well, this takes some getting going. But because you've got those big 2.6 inch tyres and a really top quality triple butted steel frame set, it's a remarkably smooth ride. But where this bike really comes into its own is the geometry, with 62-degree head angle, 480mm reach on this large, and a wheelbase just shy of 1300mm. Well, that means insane stability. And while that super long 458mm back end means, you know, wheeling it and hopping it around is a bit of a fight compared to a tighter bike, it means you've got tons of mudroom even with these big 29.26 inch B-rubber tyres in there. And because you've got big heavy duty e-bike tyres as standard, it means you can run proper team pressures in them, which means you can make that already impressively smooth back end smoother still, and just an ultimate kind of steamroller feel. And while, you know, it's not its finest hour hacking back up a fire road, because it's a hardtail, it's more efficient, and even at 15 kilos it's lighter than most full suspension bikes at this price that won't go downhill with nearly the same conviction. And again, this tube set is really good in terms of not just damping out shock, because heavy steel can feel very dead, but this has a proper kind of vibrancy and life to it, which is exactly the reason you get a steel frame set. And that's because these bikes actually started off as sick bikes, but when that company folded, Planet X were offered the frames and thought, well, why not? Hello Dave can be my wife now. But with that downhill geometry and a really good quality pike fork up front, as you can see, even the rowdiest, steppiest trail pretty much becomes the wife of Dave. And you can get the front wheel. It's just not my first choice for playing on the manual machine in the garden, that's for sure. So while this is bike, you know, this bike is expensive by on one standards, 385 quid for the frame, 1500 quid for the full bike, you know, compared to the big dog or the boot zipper frames they do, you are actually getting a really top quality steel frame. And there are some changes on this bike. Change the back end slightly so it loses the fully replaceable double-sided dropouts. You just get a big chunky gear hanger now, and somehow someone missed a detail on the drawing and it'll only take a 160mm rotor on the back, so you know, you have to wait until the next batch for that to get fixed. But in terms of ride quality, well, this is one of the best. I mean, obviously, if you're after a gravity bike, this is one of the best bikes I've ridden recently, made out of steel, and certainly a lot livelier than some Reynolds bikes I've ridden of a similar kind of shape and purpose. And while this geometry is obviously most suited for, you know, big bike parks and alpine stuff, it's still handy enough that it's fun even when we're restricted to kind of playing on the local, make it up as you go along trails. And while that super slack head angle along wheelbase is going to feel weird if you're not used to it, I mean, I ride a lot of far out there bikes and this is the slackest I've ever been aboard. When you come to getting traction and carving really broken up stuff, it's just an absolute hoot. And also that steel build really helps with the kind of compliance and micro traction, as well as just the smooth enjoyment of riding it. And not only have you got premium tube set in here, but you've got machine chainstay yoke for, you know, a really good looking piece of frame that also gives you that tyre clearance, a really nice dropout. You've got tapered and swage rear stays, which is what gives you that real compliance when you're hitting big stuff, and it really doesn't feel like a hardtail when you're hammering through serious chunder. And also comes in 4 different colours, well, 3 colours, and then a complete raw phosphate version. And you get ISCG mount, you know, you've got internal stealth dropper routing, which is really neat. So it's a proper quality frame you're getting. And also, they've built it up with an equally solid, you know, gravity-proof spec, as well as Alex rims on the production bikes with, you know, good quality Novitec hubs. You've got this 150mm RockShox Select Pike fork with a long stroke reverb dropper in a fully hydraulic 175mm shaft. Proper quality bike spec you're talking about here. I mean, even the bars, which I thought looked wonky as hell to start with, actually suit it really well. Getting a bit more stack in there, a bit more height in the front end does help you lift it and wheelie it more easily than normally with such a long back end and slack bike. And while this sample has got standard guide brakes, production bikes come with the awesome Guide RE, super powerful code caliper e-bike brake, which means that 160mm rear rotor is much less of an issue. And even then you're getting a 200mm front. So the only things I'd really change in a hurry are the grips, because they're lock-ons with a outer collar, which if you hang your hands off the end of the bars are really gonna, you know, cause you some grief. And the X3 saddle, which frankly feels like a badly wrapped brick end. But because it's Planet X and they hand build all the bikes to order in Rotherham before they send them out, you can just tick the box for a different set of grips or a different saddle or even a different bar. But like I say, the bar suits it. The Descendant stem from Truvative, that's a lovely piece of kit. It's what I use on the tandem, so that's rock solid. And while you could change the tyres, these actually suit it as much as they're making me work now. They really do suit it when it's in its element, ripping the descents. And while, you know, 1,500 quid is the price point where you can start to get a full suspension bike that's worth having, when the ride quality is this good, you know, it's a while since I've ridden a hardtail that really has made the bike and the ride as enjoyable as this, and not having to worry about shock pressures and suspension settings and different damper tunes is, you know, really a proper breath of fresh air, especially when I certainly haven't had to compromise what I expect to be able to ride or what I'm going to have, you know, proper control over. Now this is a proper no holds barred gravity pinner for the price of, in most cases, a less than adequate full suspension bike. And it's got, you know, the kit quality to make the most of it as well. They really have done an outstanding job with this bike. The more I ride it, the more having a proper hardcore hardtail, certainly this one, really makes more and more sense. It's just for maximum fun for your money. And that's before you start catching and scalping full suspension bikes, which this is definitely more than capable of doing, even on a flatter flow trail like this. But with gravity behind it, this is going to be a monster, you can just tell. And that same frame compliance and super tacky tyres and ultra long wheelbase that give it so much confidence on descents and stick it to the ground at speed, also give it a remarkable climbing tenacity. And having that 77-degree seat angle means when you are in the saddle, it's perfectly poised for even proper steep and techy, steppy challenge climbs. And just the way it rolls up the stuff, super impressive on those large diameter tyres.
That's very impressive.
Thank you very much. So, don't just box Hello Dave off as an uplift only bike or a push up and pin down machine. This is a properly technical adept, super enjoyable bike for the local woods as well, as long as you've got the legs to work with, that mass and those sticky tyres. But the way it hugs sections like that, I've been impressed with that on most full suspension bikes. Genuinely would. Hardtails are not dead, especially not when they're as rudely alive as Hello Dave. So, while it's tempting to write this off as some kind of Ferris freak with a weird name that only a few British people will get, what you're actually getting with Hello Dave is a really top quality, properly hardcore, radical geometry steel hardtail with superb, suitable gravity spec that's actually a load more rideable on general trail terms than it has any right to be, given the numbers. You know, normally I talk about On One or Planet X bikes being a bit of a bargain, and this is, you know, still a bargain, but it's also an absolute proper premium quality pinner. It really is. So that's the live ride done. Obviously it might not have been as rad as they normally are, but I don't want to be an idiot and come off and cause anyone any issues. So hopefully that's okay. I've ridden it hard enough to get an idea of just how good this bike could be if you properly open the throttle on it, and that'll have to do for the moment. But thanks for watching, thanks for sharing, thanks for subscribing. Click for notifications for the next video. If you really like what I'm doing, please consider supporting me on Patreon, like these fine folks who are scrolling up here, who get exclusive edits, behind the scenes and extended cuts in return for a small monthly fee. Thanks to Red Bull Spect and Rider Cycle Centre for the shirt board. Thanks to Camelback, thanks to Specialized, thanks to Endura, thanks to Physique, thanks to Crank Brothers, thanks to On One for supporting this video, and thanks to you guys for watching. I've been Guy Kesteven on Guy Kes TV, talking about On One's super radical steel
Hello, Dave.
Stay safe, stay solo, stay local, but stay sane.